Okay, so we're back on this Briggs & Stratton generator engine. We're on the, well, that, you know, handle. This is on the back side of the engine, right? So all the controls are on the other side here. We're on the back side of the engine. We're gonna go down to the very bottom. And you can see, whoop, right down here, I've got an aluminum pan I stole from my kitchen. These things only hold about a quart of oil, so it's not a whole lot. And then right in here is the 12 millimeter bolt that we got to undo. Let's see if I can capture it. It's right there. Whoop. Why is this looking at the tire? There we go. But anyway, it's right there. Okay. So we're going to take that off. It's going to drain into the oil pan. Again, it only holds about a quart, so it's not that much. So for this particular engine, this is a 12 millimeter. I've already broken it loose. You may have to break this loose. You probably haven't changed the oil in years, so it may be a little sticky. I'm going to pull this sucker all the way off. Yeah, it's nice and black. You can check on the bottom of these. A lot of these will have magnets on the bottom. So if you'll run your finger down here, just make sure there's no metal. If there's metal, it means you've got a pretty major engine problem. If there's a lot of metal, if it's just little shavings, that's kind of normal. But if there's like bigger pieces, you got a bigger problem. So I always just check right here really quickly, make sure there's nothing on it. There rarely is. These engines will run for a really long time without any problems. So we'll get this oil out and I'll show you how to refill it here in just a second. All right, we're down to the last few drops. We're gonna let it go for just a second. Clean this up a little bit. Put this back on here, and then I'm gonna show you guys. Just whoop. Okay, see, I just pulled that washer off. That's okay. We're gonna put it right back on there. You're gonna hand tighten and then just snug it up. We do not want to crank this thing on here. That's it. So the oil's drained. Now we'll go to the other side and I'll show you how to fill it up. This is where you check your oil and where you put oil in. Sometimes these are a little hard to get off, and if they are, just take a pair of pliers or something and kind of break it open. Don't over tighten these, because as the engine heats up, these things will swell and they can get stuck in here pretty good. So right now the engine oil is completely empty. These things hold about a quart of oil. So we want to clean all this junk off of here. If you got a towel or, you know, an actual shop rag, this is better, because these paper towels are kind of breaking apart. But I mean, this sucker's empty. So these engines hold about a quart of oil. So me personally, I can pour straight into here, but you may need a funnel, and that's okay. So we're going to use the funnel method a little bit, just so I can show you how to do it. So I will typically put the funnel in there to where it will pour, but it's not sitting all the way in there, because that would be awkward. So I try to angle it up just a little bit. I'm just going to empty this whole thing in there, because it does take, you know, roughly a quart of oil. So this jug was not completely full. It was probably 3/4 of the way full. So I'm going to go ahead and empty the whole thing in here. Oil takes a minute to go through, so we're going to let that go. Capture that. We don't want to get any on the ground. Okay, in the prior part of the video, I used the funnel. This time I'm just going to pour this directly in here because I can control it a little bit better. See what I'm doing a little bit better. But you do whatever you're super comfortable with. That's getting pretty close. See how we look. Now remember, we don't want to strip this on here, so these things should go on super easy. If it feels like it's stripping, back it up and start over, because metal, plastic, guess what always loses. Okay, so we're right up there. Let me get my little handy dandy towel. So I got the dipstick completely dry. Put it back in here. Take it back out. Check the dipstick. It's barely reading on here, so I'm going to add a bit more. Try to get it up to this mid mark, and we should be good. So I'm sure you can hear the nail guns in the background. That's everybody with the roof damage from Barrel. Stinking hurricane tore us up out here in Kingwood. Right. I can usually pour a lot better, but today I'm having trouble. So I'm going to go back to the old funnel method. We're pretty close, so I'm going to pour a little in the funnel. Let it go in the engine. I can visually see down this hole, so I'm going to go a little bit at a time. I don't want to overfill it. I mean, it's not going to kill it, but it will cause some extra pressure in the engine case. So you really don't want to overfill them. I think we're good. Let's see here. Sure, dipstick's super clean. Come on. There you have it. It's about halfway up. I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to let it go. Oil has been changed successfully. That's really all there is to it. So I'm going to clean up a little bit and get all our tools put away. And we will see you on the next video. Okay, so we just changed the oil. So what do you do with this old stuff, right? That's the big question. What do you do this quart of black nasty stuff? Well, if you will take it and put it in a proper oil receptacle like this, you can take this right down to your local auto parts store and they will take that oil and give you your receptacle right back, and you can put this back in your garage. So I'm going to empty this into this. I'm going to take this to the auto parts store. They're going to empty it for me, and I don't have to mess with it. There you go.